Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any breaking news. Let's get right into today's story. We've just received good news for Simon Ekpa. The appeal court has reportedly given him a favorable ruling. Yes, many of you reading that headline would wonder what exactly happened. So let me break it down for you in clear, plain English. For context, Simon Ekpa is a controversial figure. He's based in Finland but is connected to movements in southeastern Nigeria. He's been under legal scrutiny for several allegations, including incitement of violence, terrorism-related offenses, tax fraud, and more. In September 2025, a Finnish court sentenced him to 6 years in prison after convicting him on a combination of charges tied to his role in the Biafra separatist agitation, including supplying arms to groups in Nigeria and making provocative social media calls. Now, this new development, the appeal court giving him good news, suggests that some part of that conviction or sentence is being challenged, maybe modified or overturned. The phrase "tears of joy" hints that Ekpa's legal team believes this ruling swings in his favor. What could the appeal court do? A few possibilities. Reducing the sentence. The court might find that the original penalty was too harsh, or that some charges were not fully justified. Quashing some charges. The court might decide that certain counts, for example, one of the terrorism or tax fraud counts, do not hold water legally, ordering a retrial. Maybe procedural flaws were found and the case must be reheard. Reversing conviction on technical grounds. If there was legal error in how evidence was handled or the law applied. We are not yet sure which of these happened, since full court documents are either not publicly shared or are still under seal. But Ekpa and his supporters seem confident enough to celebrate. This is a huge shift, and for many in Nigeria, it means more than just one man's freedom. It touches a few critical issues. Justice and fairness. If the appeal court did identify legal errors in the lower ruling, that reinforces that justice should not be about who you are, but whether the law is properly applied. Public perception. Many see Ekpa as a polarizing figure. To some, a voice for the disenfranchised. To others, someone who uses rhetoric to stoke unrest. Whatever the case, this ruling will influence how people talk about dissent, protest, and freedom of speech in Nigeria. Impact on separatist movements. Groups who follow Ekpa closely will see this as validation. It might embolden them, or it could intensify tension in the southeast region. On the other side, state actors will watch closely. They may argue this is letting off dangerous elements. Precedent. If parts of Ekpa's conviction are overturned because of legal or procedural errors, defense lawyers will use that in future cases, including high-profile ones like that of Nnamdi Kanu, another separatist figure whose case has dragged on in Nigeria's courts for years. Let me share a bit more of the background to help connect the dots. Ekpa took a bold position in the Biafra movement. From Finland, he used social media platforms to direct sit-at-home orders, rallies, calls for disengagement, sometimes with strong language. Those orders have historically caused large disruptions to normal life in parts of southeast Nigeria. Businesses shut down, people stayed home, locals argued over compliance or defiance. Some even link loss of lives and property attacks to those directives. In the Finnish court's prior judgment, prosecutors claimed Ekpa had connections to funding, weapon supply, and that his speech went beyond protest into incitement and encouragement of violence. Ekpa's defense, on the other hand, has often pushed that he is simply exercising his rights to advocacy and dissent, that he is not personally responsible for how others interpret or act on his words. So the appeal court's decision becomes a central point in that argument. Did the appeal court agree that some of those charges were overreaching, or did it only find technical or procedural faults? That's what legal watchers will be dissecting. For viewers, you want to keep an eye on 3 things in the next few days. The official court judgment text, when it's released, to see what exactly was modified or reversed. Reactions from Ekpa's legal team. Their statements will clarify how much relief he got. The response from the Nigerian government and security agencies. They will weigh in, especially since Ekpa is seen as a threat by many agencies. If I were to hazard a guess based on what good news usually means, it might be a partial win. Maybe some charges struck down, sentence reduced, not full acquittal, but we'll see when the full judgment is published. And to you watching now, what do you think? Should someone like Ekpa be given relief on appeal? Or should courts be stricter because of the kind of influence his directives can have? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. We'll keep you updated as the full details come out. If you'd like to dive deeper into Ekpa's legal history or compare with other cases like Kanu's, just say continue in the comments and I'll bring you the next part.